Okay folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now this is a video with a difference. Today this is more like a review of the week, which we've had since today, last Sunday of last week. So 7 days, we've had three games. So Wembley, which was absolutely fantastic. Wembley. So the exaltations of that, I think Wednesday night after Wembley, fantastic win, got the cup and everything like that. But I think Wednesday night away to Accrington Stanley was a very tough game, having a game like that 3 days after a Wembley appearance. And I think back in that game, I noticed that the performance level wasn't quite up to the standard of what we've been having before Wembley. And I think there's two things there. I think Wembley is such a big, massive, expansive pitch, and it saps the energy from you. And what it does, you have a game 3 days later, you're not going to play to them levels what you did on that day. So Accrington Stanley, we went there on the Wednesday night, few changes in the side, but I think most of all he kept the nucleus of the team there, so that was good to see, you know. But I think the Accrington Stanley game was a massive 3 points, because in order to keep in touch with the top two, we have to at least get a point from games, at least a point, and a win every now and again, you know. If we get beat, yeah, it's not ideal, but you've got to win the next match, so you're getting 3 points at least out of 2 games. I think that's the minimum, you know. If we can do better than that, great. If we can get a win and a draw, if we can get 2 wins or whatever, fantastic. But the minimum, 3 points out of every 2 games now till the end of the season. That is the flagpole upon which we need to reach if we want automatic promotion. I think we're well, there's no guarantees in this world, but I think we're pretty much nailed on for a playoff place, and I think that's the least of what we deserve from this season. So the Accrington Stanley game was a fairly decent game in most parts. I thought the first half in particular, you know, we looked a bit leggy from the Wembley appearance, and I think tiredness was a factor. But the second half we made a couple of changes, brought some fresh legs on, and then we got the result. We got the 2-0 win, which is absolutely brilliant, because Peterborough and Hull and still Lincoln, who I will touch upon in a minute, Peterborough and Hull, yeah, they're dropping points now and again, but they've got that little bit of a gap on us, you know. So it's like 3 points, 2 or 3 points, and then another 5 points. So we need to try and close that if we can. So that's what we did with Accrington Stanley game. We won that 2-0, and then we sort of got the run kept going, because that was 7 wins and a draw out of 8 games, which, like any league, you do 7 wins and a draw out of 8 games, it's like brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So took that on to yesterday, the match we played at home to Lincoln City. Now this is the key game. I knew this game for some reason, like I touched upon before with the legginess, you know. You've got the likes of your Grant Ledbetter, you've got your Gooch, and you've got your McGeady's and people like that, who, you know, they're not exactly young people anymore. So trying to play 90 minutes game after game after game, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, you know what I mean? It's very hard to do. So I kind of expected that yesterday's game against Lincoln was going to be tough, very tough. Because at the end of the day, Lincoln are no mugs. They're just below us in about 2 or 3 points behind us. So we've made ground up past them, but now we're trying to catch Peterborough and Hull. But they're not going away. You know, they'll keep having wins at the end of the season. They'll go on another run, I think. I mean, they've lost like 5 or 6 games out the last 8. But I seriously suspected that yesterday they would step it up. They would step it up. They would come to our place and they would defend for the first maybe half hour up to the first half, and then the second half they would come on strong. And that is exactly what happened. We made a few changes. The defence has been playing really well, keeping clean sheets and what have you. We made a few changes in the team, and I think sometimes when you make changes, it's good to have fresh legs on and all that, but it can upset the balance a little bit, and we don't have quite as much dynamic like movement in the midfield, and that I think therein lay the problem. We couldn't get forward fast enough from the midfield. They were counter-attacking us. They were like putting us under pressure. So anyway, the first half, it was pretty good performance. We had some good half chances and then we scored. I'm forgetting exactly the minute that we scored in, but we were 1-0 up at half time. Now that should have been the platform to go on and at least get the second goal, which would have killed the game off. However, unfortunately, we couldn't get that second goal. Lincoln came out second half and they were much, much stronger. I think he had a few words with them, their manager, and they played a lot better. They passed it around more, they got into our faces a lot more, creating chances. And then when they got their equaliser, which was like the first time ever, Luke O'Nien can be said that he was at fault, you know, because he's like defending it, he's got the player on him like that, and he turned and he got round Luke O'Nien to goal side, where Luke should have been on that goal side, stopping him from doing that. But look at Luke O'Nien, right? This guy is a god, and everybody, I don't care who you are, screws up every now and again. You're going to make a mistake. You're not going to be Mr. Perfect every match. Luke O'Nien, take all the plaudits, son, because you're magnificent and you've had brilliant performances. But just on that one occasion, you could have maybe done a little bit better defending-wise. But bear in mind, I'm saying he could have done better defending. He's not a defender by his proper trade of being in the team. He should be in midfield. I think he should be in the midfield. But he's done a fantastic job in defence, and he's played like a lot of games this season in defence, and he's done really well. But I just think on this one moment there, he just got caught a bit napping, and the player turned him and then got the goal. So from that moment on, your likes of your McGeady's, you know, and your Grant Ledbetters and people like that, they were struggling. Their legs were going a bit. You could see that. They didn't have quite the sharpness, you know, that we had like in previous matches before Wembley. So now you're looking at the game and you're 1-1 and Lincoln are coming on stronger. You know, they made changes. They got forward a lot better. They were sharper and quicker counter-attack. And I was really worried at one point in case we would lose a second goal. If we lost the second goal and lost the match, you know, that's like a disaster. However, the shining light from all of this, Peterborough and Hull. Now listen to this. Hull just managed to scrape a draw in the dying minute of their match, and Peterborough just managed to scrape a draw after being 2-0 up against Rochdale. So this league is proven, right? Rochdale and I forget who Hull were playing, but them two teams are right down at the bottom and they're fighting for points, right? We were playing Lincoln, who was just below us in the table, so you know it was a pretty balanced game when you look at it. We had the tougher fixture on that day and we came out with a point. They, you could argue, through 3 points away, well 2 points away because they both drew. So on balance, you would say the week that we've had, we've won at Wembley, we won away at Accrington Stanley, and we got a point at home. That, I know some fans, you know, you always get the negative fans who twist on, oh, we should have won the match, we should have done this, should have done that. We should have done a lot of things, but just look at where we are now. to where we were before Johnson came in, before the new owner came in. We were sinking down that league. We were slipping down in, I think, about 10th or something like that, 8th or 9th or 10th. And that would have been shambolic for the club. But they've come in, they've got the team playing really, really well. And I think overall, on the balance of it, a point was probably a fair result, if I'm honest. So, looking at that, and then Peterborough's result in Hull, it's going to be a fight. And like I said, I still wouldn't rule out Lincoln. You know, they're not away yet. They're still fighting. They're still in 4th place. I think it's a 4-way race to get them automatic spots. And we've got a great chance because we have 2 games in hand on Hull, right? So just remember this, everybody, who the negative people out there who were saying, oh, we're through 2 points away. Well, so did Peterborough, so did Hull. And we have 2 games in hand on Hull. So we can catch them up with that. Thankfully, I believe now it's great because we don't play till this Saturday coming up, which is a week. Now, we don't have a game in midweek, which is brilliant. The lads can get fitted up, you know, get the strength back, get the pace back, and get the sharpness back after 7 days. I believe they've got today and Monday off, so there's 2 days rest for them, and then they come back training on Tuesday. So I think that's totally the right thing to do. Give them a little bit of time. They'll come back fresh, and we go again. Now this Saturday is going to be a mastered of a match because it's the one, it's the only Joey Barton. Yes, I tried my best not to swear there in the middle, and I managed it. Joey Barton. Now this guy is going to want to put one over on us without a shadow of a doubt. He would love nothing more than to take the points against us. We have to be ready. We have to be totally ready for this game. We have to be sharp and quicker and think when defending, not to give stupid free kicks away and all that stuff. If we can grab the first goal against Bristol Rovers, if we can get that first goal and not do what we did against Lincoln, where we seem to sit back a bit after getting the first goal, we need just to keep the ball down their end as much as we can, keep hold of the ball and keep passing to each other, keep it well like that, keep it together and not give daft fouls away, corners and all the rest of it. So we need to play the game, not the situation or the manager who's opposing us. So if we can do that, I think we'll win the match comfortably. But it's how we approach the game. That's the key. We have to defend really well, and we have to keep tight when they're coming forward to us and not just get too caught too wide with our central defenders. We have to keep it tight. Get the first goal, and then I think we'll go on and win the match. So hopefully that's going to happen. So I think a 7-day break is fantastic. You know, if we'd had another game in midweek, I'd be really worried about the fitness levels, because clearly against Lincoln it showed our fitness levels have been up here somewhere, but the last couple of games, especially after Wembley, they've just gone down to about halfway. So we need to refresh, go again and start the run to get automatic promotion, which I do believe it's totally in our hands. We can do it if we just keep the run going the way we are. The lads have got confidence and belief. Your Ledbetters, your Gooch, your McGeady's, your Charlie White. We've got Jordan Jones to come back shortly in a week or two. We've got Bailey Wright come back in about another week or so, 2 weeks. Easter period, they reckon they could come back. So this is only going to strengthen our team and that push, and we kick on and get that automatic promotion. So let's hope we can do it. I'm not going to do a score prediction in this video. I'm going to wait till Friday night, do a score prediction then round about Friday night, Saturday morning. So keep it safe, lads. Watch what you're all doing out there. Keep safe from the virus. Get your vaccinations. Stay strong. Keep believing. We will do it. Subscribe to the channel and tell your friends, and get this channel out there and get everyone noticing about it and talking about it, and hopefully we will do it this season. Come on then, lads.